Good morning to all students. Now we need to discuss about the difference between nuclear fission and fusion. A nuclear fission means, as the name indicates, that it is a nuclear process in which heavy nucleus splits into two lighter nuclei of comparable masses, releasing two or more neutrons with a large amount of energy, which increases large amount of energy. That is known as nuclear fission. See, this can be observed in case of nuclear interactions like uranium bombarded with the neutron, which gives krypton, and two or more neutrons are released and it exhibits large amount of energy. Next, chain reaction. A chain reaction, it is a self-sustained or self-propagating fission reaction in which number of neutrons goes on multiplying in a geometric progression until all the fissionable material disintegrates. So it is a self-propagating fission reaction in which number of neutrons goes on multiplying in a geometric progression. That is nuclear chain reaction. In this case, there are two types. One is controlled chain reaction, another one is uncontrolled chain reaction. So in control means it can be controlled. This can be used in nuclear reactors. If the number of neutrons is allowed to increase up to a certain stage, then it is kept constant. As a result, in this case, energy released in a constant rate. This principle is used in nuclear reactors. Uncontrolled, that is, energy released in a very short interval of time. For example, nuclear bomb. In this case, this is the one of the example for nuclear bomb. Here the number of fission producing neutrons is limited by two processes. One is leakage of neutrons from the surface of the fissionable material and capture of neutrons leading to non-fission process. Same thing, that is critical size of a system containing fissile materials, which is the minimum size for which the number of neutrons produced in the fission process, and it balances the number lost by the leakage or non-fission capture. Here the mass of the fissionable material corresponding to the critical size, that is critical mass. Next we move on to nuclear fusion. Fusion means, see, the process in which two or more light nuclei combine to form a relatively heavier nucleus, here with a liberation of large amount of energy. That is known as nuclear fusion. In this case, the total mass of the product is less than the total mass of the reactants. The difference in the mass is converted into energy. Here fusion gives more energy per kilogram for starting materials. This enormous amount of energy suggests that the possibility of controlled nuclear fusion. This can be observed in source of energy in the earth. Here hydrogen bomb first exploded in 1952. It is one of the example for uncontrolled thermonuclear fusion reaction and sustained nuclear fusion reaction. See, what are the basic requirements for a successful fusion reactor? First one is, there must be a sufficiently high energy of nuclei to ensure that collision between the nuclei are frequent. Second one is, the interacting nuclei must remain together for a sufficiently long time. That is called as plasma confinement, which means more fusion energy will be required to heat the plasma. And for a net power output in a fusion reactor, the product of plasma density and confinement time, that should be the order of 2 into 10 power 22 seconds per meter cube. This condition is also known as Lawson's criteria. Here, for the confinement of plasma at high temperature and density, any material wall of a container, it cannot be used. One example is magnetic bottle. It is a specially designed magnetic field which is used to hold or confine the hot plasma for the fusion reaction to take place. Here the charged particles spiral around the field lines, get reflected back at the ends and remain trapped in that region. One example is the main source of stellar energy is the nuclear fusion reactions, and it takes place in the stars. The basic energy producing process is sun. Most of the stars is the fusion of hydrogen nuclei into helium nuclei. Here another example is this can be used in fusion of hydrogen can take place in two different reaction mechanisms, like one is proton-proton cycle, which means two lighter nuclei combine to form heavier nuclei, that is 1H1 plus 1H1, which gives 1H2, that is deuterium. Similarly, 1H1 plus 1H1 plus 1H2 gives 2He3 or 3He2 plus energy is released. Another example is carbon nitrogen cycle. Here also same thing, carbon combines with hydrogen which gives nitrogen, and nitrogen combines with nitrogen also gives decay into carbon plus positron. Similarly, for all these processes, we can observe that fusion of nuclear fusion process. For also, here 4 protons fuse to form a helium nucleus, 2 positron neutrons with a release of energy. You know that there are two processes, one is exoarchic reaction and endoarchic reactions. Exoarchic means energy released in the nuclear reactions. Endoarchic means energy is absorbed in the nuclear reaction. See, this is the process related to nuclear fusion and basic requirements for a nuclear fission, and examples like proton-proton cycle and carbon-nitrogen cycle.